Hey everyone, welcome to the Criterion Connection. I'm Wade.
And I'm Joe.
And we're here to talk about, we're doing a double feature. We did a double feature, which is going to be the next 2 weeks, because if you're in New Jersey this weekend, I will be at Monster Mania. So if you're going to that, say hi. But we're doing like a pre-tape thing, and we've been talking about this double feature idea for a while.
Yeah.
It's the Blow trilogy.
What?
The Blow double feature, not trilogy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you do 400 blows.
We could have.
Yeah. But we're doing Blow Up and Blow Out. Mm-hmm. So this week we're doing Blow Up. Next week we're doing Blow Out. People.
Unfortunately, the conversation is not on the Criterion collection.
Or Rear Window.
Sure.
I mean, it's kind of a similar idea of like this small person discovers this big plot.
Okay.
Kind of thing, yeah.
Okay.
But this movie by
Michelangelo Antonioni.
Thank you. I was going to butcher it. This is from 1967, I believe. It's in the 60s. Oh, it's in the 60s.
Yeah.
If you couldn't tell, I thought, for some reason, that Blow Up and Blow Out were like, I thought Blow Out was like a remake.
Me too.
And we're totally wrong. This
very
movie
wrong.
is very sexy at times.
Blow Up from Michelangelo Antonioni. It's a Italian-British film.
Yes.
Antonioni is also known for his thematic trilogy with L'Avventura, which we've done a review of, and L'Eclisse and La Notte. I hope I got those right. I've probably butchered those because I don't.
Better than I would. Better how I would say it though.
Yeah. I apologize, but I tried. But this is a completely it's a complete departure.
Yes.
This is essentially an English film directed by Antonioni.
Yes.
And that's pretty much the summation for
yes.
that.
Surprisingly, I thought this was on the Criterion Connection, but it's a connection. The collection, the channel, it's not.
It's not on the Criterion
But the
channel.
documentary is, which I also watched after watching Blow Up.
Okay.
Which was a very interesting stuff. They talk about how they got the main actor who played Tom?
Yeah.
Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah, I think his name's Tom.
I think the actor's name is David. That's one thing I'm getting all mixed up.
No, the character's name's definitely not David.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the actor's name was David. I think that's why I got confused there. But It's so... He's so, it's basically an artist movie. Mm-hmm. It's about an artist who wants to be an artist, but he has to do the commercial stuff, and he hates it, and he hates it, and he takes this picture of this woman, and she's like, I don't want you to take a picture, you weirdo. And she tries taking it back, and it's kind of intriguing to him, and there's the thing where he sees something when he blows it up, and blows the picture up, and he sees a guy in the bushes with a gun, supposedly.
Yeah. So
Do you think he did? I personally think he didn't.
You don't think he did?
I think
it was just an overactive imagination?
I think it's one of those things he's an artist, and it's more about the artistic process of your thinking, your mind's going, your imagination's going. Yeah. It also seems like he's bored a little bit.
Yeah, because when you look at the photos, and this is one thing I really love, it's not definitive.
Yeah.
The photos do not sit there and be like, hey, it's a guy with a gun.
Yes.
It takes multiple passes.
It's like a Rorschach test.
It takes multiple passes. It takes him blowing it up, looking at it, and blowing up another section.
And he looks at it, and he's like...
And you could kind of see it. And then the same thing with the body.
Yes.
Which he then goes and visits in the middle of the night. And sees it. But again, he hadn't, really slept. That's one thing, the ambiguity really, I think, serves as...
The ending is what really tells me that he was just seeing things.
Really?
Okay, so spoilers, I guess, so we're talking about the ending, is when the weird mime thing happens and they're playing tennis, and I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
This is a real departure of what I was expecting. And
mimes he interacted with very early on in
Yeah.
the movie.
So he throws the tennis ball back in.
Yeah.
And he's watching it. And you hear the tennis ball going back and forth, but it's not a tennis ball. It's mime work.
Yeah.
So it makes me think he's just seeing things.
Okay.
So he sees the tennis ball like he saw the body, and the frame, the picture, the person, the picture.
Okay. Is that how you feel about that?
I feel like, and also it just seems like he's just kind of like going, not crazy, but more like he's just wearing himself out.
Stir crazy even.
He's also not as it just seems like he's not as motivated. Like when he's shooting the two models and he's whispering, he's getting impatient with them. I feel like he's just he gets like spurs, like spurts of creative, artistic
energy,
and I feel like he needs it. And
I feel like he's forcing it at that point.
Yes,
which is what exhausts him.
Yes.
After that one photo session,
it's like he sees something in a picture that no one else sees. He also has this thing where before he was doing this, like he's doing this piece where he's like taking pictures of like poverty and stuff like that. Like I feel like he's trying to find a deeper meaning, and a stupid picture has no deeper meaning than two people kissing.
Maybe.
Yeah. Also, this is also the Criterion debut of Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
And Jeff,
the Yardbirds.
And the Yardbirds. Yeah. Which I thought was that was an interesting surprise. I was not expecting Jeff Beck and what's his face? Jimmy Page. What's his face?
Yeah, like it's funny because it's actually them.
Yeah, it's just like a whole performance. I feel like they're just like, oh, they're in town. Let's film them. Let's just film it because we're here, and they destroy the guitar and stuff like that. But
cause a riot.
This movie was very sexy. Because I watched this after Blowout, and I was like, this is a lot more sexier than Blowout was.
I watched this before Blowout because I do things in chronological order.
Oh, like we're doing this, we're doing the reviews, we're doing this in chronological order.
Yeah. So, with this one, it's very much like of its time, like 60s mod culture. Like, it's swinging London. So it's like before, like just before, like the Summer of Love in America.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't know, it's just strange. He gets these, like, small bits of creative inspiration. Like, when he sees the propeller.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was the
antique shop that he's trying to buy.
That was odd. He's a hoarder. He's kind of like, he's just an impulsive buyer.
Yeah.
What's he going to do with the propeller? Nothing. He's
like,
going to do nothing with it.
He says, I don't know. I just thought it was beautiful.
He might use it for something else. He won't. As someone who has done that before, I've not bought a propeller. But he won't use it for anything. He'll end up selling it.
But I thought the movie was all right. I thought the pace was real slow.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Because, like, it's one thing, like, in La Ventura where it's developing the two main characters after the woman goes... And the inciting incident happens way early on in that movie.
Yeah.
Where the man's wife goes missing. This one, the inciting incident doesn't happen until halfway in.
They spent a lot of time getting to know the character.
Yeah, and I just feel like it's overblown, like it's overkill, like that.
It's overblown?
Yeah, overblown. Overblown up. That first, like, that whole first section. Because then, like, you get into the mystery, and that takes up, like, 20 minutes.
Yes.
Or maybe 30 minutes, it seemed like. And that was it.
Yeah.
And nothing really comes of it. Like, there's no talk about it in a newspaper.
Yes.
Which backs up your idea that it didn't happen.
Yeah. There's the whole thing that he's intrigued of. Why does she want the film? Why does she want to take her top off and stuff like that? Which I thought was weird. Why would you?
Well, he was working a bit of a charm on her.
Well, maybe here's other things.
And he also is like, you ever think about modeling? He gives her probably a funky cigarette to loosen her up.
Oh, that dog.
Yeah.
What is she, a square? Anyway.
It's Vanessa Redgrave. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So she, She wants to film that. Maybe she doesn't want fucking pictures of her, you creep. Or maybe that wasn't her significant. Maybe she's married and that was like someone she's cheating with. You know.
Yeah. Maybe they both were cheating on their respective spouses.
Maybe he's a famous politician that's running for president. Oh, that's a different movie.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it didn't actually happen. And toward the ending, you're just like, so, Joe, buy, rent, or skip?
I'm gonna skip this one.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna skip this one.
That's two straight skips in a row.
Yeah. I mean...
2020. Joe is very strict with his.
I like Antonioni. This one didn't do it for me. I felt the weight that he puts us through wasn't worth what we got.
Yeah,
and then the the resolution, just kind of lilts rather than like. Leave you in suspense.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's not a ton of suspense in the movie. There really isn't. The most suspenseful part is when he goes and he sees the body in the park and then he hears a snap behind him. And then he runs out of the park.
I'd say Rent.
Yeah. It's just... I think there's better Antonioni films.
Yeah, I'd say Rent. I did not despise the film. I think it's worth watching.
It inspired a lot of great stuff, as we'll get to.
Yeah, it inspired a lot of great stuff. But we'll talk more about.
It just doesn't. Maybe I'm getting blinded by what it inspires and like the much more plot heavy films.
Yes.
And I'm just not appreciating this for what it is. But I don't know. But it just didn't do it for me. Do it for me.
Let us know in the comment section below if it does something for you. Let us know what's your favorite Antonioni movie. Let us know any other stuff. Other suggestions. We're still taking suggestions, stuff like that.
Always.
And share the video. We're seeing that the show is slowly growing. So share it. Also, tell us what movies, along with the suggestions, what movies that we should cover more of. Because I do notice, like, when we look at the algorithms and stuff like that, certain movies
do really well.
And other ones are like, you think are going to do really well, don't really. I'm just curious, like, what would you guys want to see more of? Would you want to see more horror or more Italian films, more samurai films, more westerns? I don't think there's many westerns.
There's a few.
Maybe more musicals. Maybe some Wes Anderson movies.
Yeah, tell us what you want to see.
Or Chaplin movies, maybe. I don't know. Let us know. So, until next time. Next week, we are doing Blowout by De Palma. So, yeah. So, be excited for that. So, until next time, I'm Wade.
And I'm Joe.
And we will see you later.